this the Canary Kid session?
I'll see if he's in. Keaton!
Hello, can I have an
Come
interview?
on in. Yes, of course you can. Let's go. Come on in.
Welcome, wrestling fans. It's Wrestling Revolution Keaton here with the Canary Kid.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, the Canary Kid. I must say, I am so grateful to be here in my own house doing an interview with Wrestling Revolution Keaton, the best wrestling YouTube channel on YouTube.
Can I start with that, Chick?
Of course you can. Yes.
How'd you first get into wrestling?
Oh, well, I first got into wrestling. It was probably again when I was, younger. I was in school and everyone would always talk about wrestling and all these wrestlers, and I would always pretend I know what they were talking about. I'd be like, yeah, I know him. They'd bring up like Mark Henry. I thought Mark Henry was a white guy, it just sounded like a white name, stuff like that. I had no clue about wrestling at all, and then one day I was like, right, I'm going to start getting caught out here if I don't start watching it. And I went on YouTube and found a video of John Cena and Randy Orton fighting inside Hell in a Cell, and fell in love right away. It's just always loved wrestling since then.
And how'd you first get into doing wrestling?
Well, that's a funny story. It's actually going to be 2 years to the date on this next show when I face John McCann from my first ever NXT wrestling show, because I went to watch a show as a fan, and it was 2021, October 29th, The Ring, Halloween show in the dojo, and I remember seeing this little warehouse looking place, and Mum dropped me off, and I was like, what is this place, was not expecting this wee small warehouse, and then I went in, it was just, it was like, kind of like a chamber of secrets inside, opened Pandora's box when I walked in there, and it was just amazing. The atmosphere, everything was unbelievable. And then I saw a certain someone come out known as John McCann, and I was like, he looks very young. Me and my friends were debating it, and I was like, I could do this. And then I asked someone who's very well known, not going to tell their name, but I asked someone, can I start here? And they said, no, you're not 16 yet, you're too young, sorry, but maybe when you turn 16. I was like, okay. And then I asked the owner of NXT, Nathan Hoy, if I could do a seminar, and ever since then I've just started wrestling really.
And what's your favourite match that you've had?
Oh god, my favourite match? Oh, well, I know one of my favourites is probably the debut, because I watched that recently against Sean. I just felt like I was really happy with it. Obviously I look back on it and I don't think I was that great at all, but I feel like looking back on it, the story was good, John helped me a lot through it, and that was good. But you've also got the match with my coach, Nate Maddox, which was really, really great match. I was able to prove that I could hang with some of the best and some of the bigger names after the Abreu incident, which was another really good match in my opinion. But again, most recent match with Nelson, unbelievable. Those 4 or 5 matches are just my favourites.
So you can tell that was Nate Maddox match. I was watching that back actually yesterday, a couple of days ago, and I could see that there was great character things in it, but there was also very technical wrestling. So how can you, in a match, how can you mix a style of high flying and technical?
Well, for me, I think the best type of wrestling is technical and character based, which are two complete opposites. But that's why I like to implement them both into my kind of persona a bit. But with the idea of implementing both, I think you have to come in and be able to look at old school luchadors, or modern day ones like Andrade El Idolo and all, and you've got those kind of guys who are just still mixing that bit of technician ability, but they're putting in a bit of lucha flair into it, which is what I like to do in my matches, and add in a bit of pizzazz to the technical part of wrestling.
What's the worst injury you've had?
I've actually been quite lucky, touch wood, that I haven't been injured yet. Don't scud me. But the worst one I ever had in wrestling was a month into wrestling. The doctor said I tore ligaments. It wasn't torn ligaments. I was back in 3 weeks, 2 weeks. But I think it was just ligament damage. When I got slammed, the foot came down hard and I ended up in a boot. But I don't even know if that was what injured it, or it was the fact that I tried to keep wrestling afterwards and tried to body slam a certain DD Crooks and the leg gave in. Luckily he didn't get injured from it, but yeah, I remember like absolutely being like, oh god, I'm already injured. So that's what made me get my first pair of wrestling boots, because if you're just in normal shoes, it can lead to stuff like not good protection on the ankle, and could lead to your twisted ankle or just damage altogether.
And who would you like to face? Who's your dream match?
Oh, my dream match? Well, there's a lot now. If you're looking at, I've faced everyone I think so far in NXT. Like, I don't think there's anyone I'm missing so far. But when it comes to anyone in the world, it's actually a hard question now to think about it. I'd love to get a match against Scotty 2 Hottie eventually. I feel like, because that's where obviously I got the bird from. He does the worm. I feel like I'll be really good, and I know it's being talked about, from time to time behind the scenes. But I'd love against Scotty 2 Hottie. I feel like I think we'd really get a good match out of each other.
And what's your favourite move that you do?
My favourite move? I don't even have to think, do I? Do we need to think about this? It's probably going to be the bird. That's funny enough though, the bird tires me out the most in the match because I'm shouting so much and just have to do a load of moves usually, so you'll usually hear me by the time I hit D or R, I'm like, R, D! Like, I'm absolutely exhausted after that, but no, I still love the bird.
And so, there's a lot of different characters in wrestling, but I don't think we really saw a bird character.
Yes.
What made you choose the bird character?
It actually wasn't my choice. It was Nate Maddox's choice to give the bird character. It was idea from Rey Mysterio's first ever gimmick, which was the hummingbird when he was younger. And I remember Nathan said to me, we were trying to think of ideas. We had like a rich character, which I have a promo of that I get bullied for in training. But there was that, and we were just like, I don't think it's going to work. And I was like, I want to be a babyface. And funny enough, the reason I became a babyface was because of your videos. I watched your reactions to John as a good guy and other guys, and I was like, I want to be people's favourite. I want to be the person everyone hates. I want to be a nice guy. I don't need to be cocky and arrogant. I can be in myself and be nice and still make it places. And, I took that in mind, became the Canary Kid, and Nathan one time suggested me in training because we had no ideas. He was just like, it'd be funny if you danced about before doing a monkey flip, and I was like, yes, that. And that's pretty much what the foundation of my entire character was.
Who's your most motivated wrestler or coach or someone that you've had?
There's actually, it's crazy, there's probably 3 or 4. When it comes to, the actual wrestlers, or wrestlers, performers, there's probably be the likes of D.D. Crooks actually has helped me a lot. It's, not just in the ring, but outside the ring. He's been mainly the person who's always been saying to me, you don't need to worry about what other people are thinking about you. You don't need to worry about being the same, being a shape, be different. He's always showed that, and I was, been a bit inspired by that. Then you've got, obviously, Nate Maddox, he's helped me, realise a lot of things in wrestling and click, and, we've had our debates, a lot of debates, it was the early days. I actually got kicked out of the ring for debating with him, I was banned from the ring for my whole session. Yep, we were doing a drill. I actually found the messages earlier where we were arguing about it again afterwards, but yeah, we were doing a drill, and I got confused, and I asked him beforehand, what way is it meant to do, and what way am I meant to do it, and he goes, just do whatever. But we did it, and he goes, that was the wrong way, and I said, you said we could do it whatever way. We started bickering at each other, and he said, get out of the ring, you're not allowed to wrestle now. And I was like, what? And he's like, yeah, don't be wrestling until you apologise. And I was like, I'm not apologising, because I was stubborn. I still am stubborn, but yeah, because we're both stubborn, we just kind of sat there pouting at each other and arguing outside the ring.
You don't do sentences?
Yeah, because, me and Nathan joke about it now. I was kicked out of the ring because I was a bit of bad attitude at the start. Still am a bit of an attitude, but yeah, bickering with Nathan, and ended up getting kicked out of the ring. But after that, we've always been supportive of each other. I like to think that I help Nathan a lot in life, and he helps me, all sorts of measures. He'll try to help everyone he can, and just, if you take the advice, then you'll realise the benefits, but if not, then you'll fall behind. And then the final main one is probably, funny enough, Rachel, his wife, but she's always been another person who's really supportive, and cast that view on wrestling, which is because she doesn't like wrestling, she's a casual fan technically. She's not even a fan, but she's casual. She doesn't actually know anything about wrestling. She'll be able to say, why do we do that, or what's the point of this? And she gives a good view on wrestling. It's very inspirational to me to realise certain things and change about, bits and pieces. But yeah.
And I know your promos are, I know you can do quite funny promos, and I like them.
Thank
so how do you do them?
I actually did not think, well, when I first started wrestling, I thought I was going to be good on the bank. And my first session, he had us do a promo. And I remember I just slagged the life of everyone. You know, I called Didi Cricks a rip-off Darby Allin. I called Chris Mercer fathead. Poppin' Paddy, I said he looks like a old Arsenal goalkeeper called Petr Cech because of his helmet. Stuff like that. But from then, I was always like, I don't know if I'm actually good at promos. You know, I just can't slag people. It's not how I'm meant to be a promo. And it was that, my first ever show, my debut match. Nathan asked John to do a promo before the show. John got nervous, wasn't sure if he wanted to do it. I said, I'll do it. And he gave me the mic, and you know, everyone loved the promo. So I just thought, okay, I guess I'm good at this stuff. So after that, I started adding a bit of comedy into it. You know, again, Nathan helping me get the ideas for comedy promos and, you know, all that different stuff that, you know, led to just me, I think, getting a better understanding of promos.
I know in one of your promos, you could tell you like playing with action figures.
I do,
And,
yes.
and you didn't like calling it dolls. What was your first action figure?
My first, well, I actually got 3 on the same day. It was in 2016, January time, because it was still early days of fucking wrestling. I didn't even ask for them. My mum just like saw me because I would use like my other like random toys when I was like 8 and pretend they were wrestling figures because I didn't have any. And she realised that one day and came in with a Kofi Kingston, a Brock Lesnar, and an Elite John Cena. And the John Cena, I think, is the only one I still have today because the Kofi Kingston got broken, the Brock Lesnar's disappeared. But yeah, the John Cena, I still have that today. And I remember when I had a couple of friends like wrestling figures and would trade around, I would refuse to ever trade that one because it's special to me. It's my first ever one.
How often do you train?
Well, wrestling training, I train 3 to 4 days a week. You know, very rarely I'll do 5 if I want to go to a place, but I usually like sticking with just NXG. But yeah, I train 4 days a week, which is, I think, good. You know, when I tell most people that, they're like, whoa, 4 days a week, like they're a bit shocked by it. But I feel like, again, it's like keeps the heart pumping at the minute. You know, keeps me going. That bit of wrestling's like my caffeine in the morning. But no, wrestling's just something I need that much in a week to just keep me going. You know.
How much weights do you lift?
Keaton, look at me. Does it look like I lift weights? I have not. I've tried to lift weights, but I'm struggling to keep going. You know, sometimes I have I'm losing the word here. Bad vocabulary apparently as well now, but yeah, I don't have much dedication to some things. You know, I'm very lazy. But I've actually was talking to a couple of friends last night, and I'm thinking about starting to go to the gym now. So if you ask me this, maybe in a month or so, I can be able to tell you how much I lift.
Okay. What's next for the Canary Kid?
Well, you know, ideally, it's becoming the first ever NXT Junior Heavyweight Champion at this Sunday's pay-per-view with NXT Wrestling when I face good friend and rival John McCann for that title. So ideally it's getting that title and not only becoming the first but becoming the best and hopefully longest reigning Junior Heavyweight Champion.
And so going up against John, there may be some like proudness going in against John McCann, but will there not be a bit of shame going in against your former best friend?
Well, I still like to think of John as a good friend. I wouldn't call him best friend. We're not as close as we once were since he's started getting into all these funny, silly acts and all, and you know, the stuff that it's a bit disrespectful to the people he should be showing a lot of respect to, and he used to respect, you know, putting on beatings on the likes of Red Eagle and Nate Maddox and people like that, you know, and that's not the John McCann that I became good friends with. So I guess I can understand where you're coming from, a bit of shame, but you know, I kind of need to make sure that all goes out the window for Sunday if I want to be able to have a chance at that title, because that title means a lot to me.
What happened to next level?
Well, the idea behind Next Level was, you know, we were both good friends, we were both trying to rise the ranks, so we're like, right, okay, how about we do this? How about we start working together, you know, negotiated to him in a Smith's and was able to talk him into, you know, becoming a tag team with me to fight a team called The Ignition, and after that I thought we went pretty well, undefeated as a tag team, never lost a match, but we started to realise that a tag team is good, but we still needed to develop on our own. So that's why we kind of split off for a bit and, you know, went on our own wee things. I started fighting a brew, etc. And he started, you know, taking on bigger challenges in his own way. But yeah, eventually he became SIW Academy Champion and I was so happy for him. And once it was around that time, I was like, maybe we could start getting the next level, the band back together when he eventually loses the title. Hopefully he didn't, I was thinking, but ended up not having the longest reign, lost to a Power Ranger, which I think is a bit unfair because I'm pretty sure they have superpowers, but yeah, he lost to a Power Ranger, and you know, after that he just switched. I don't know, something clicked inside him and he just wasn't the same John after that, and then kind of put a hold on the plan to the next level. So hopefully, you know, I can get it back together, but I don't feel like after this match he'll want to, because if he wins the title he'll be too high and mighty to want to dwell in a tag team. But if I win the title, he'll probably be a bit butthurt. Yeah, he'll probably want to team up with me.
And what's your message to John McCann going into this match?
Well, John, of course you're watching this, who doesn't watch Wrestling Revolution Keaton, but John, I want you to listen closely, okay? I respect you, don't know if that's reciprocated or not, okay? But I see you as a good friend, like a mentor figure, an older brother figure in professional wrestling to me. But sadly that all has to go out the window on Sunday, because that title means everything to me. I need that title to prove to everyone that I'm not just some kid who puts on yellow tights and loves to wrestle. I'm a champion, and I'm gonna be the first ever junior heavyweight champion. Thank you.
What will it feel like when you win and the whole crowd go mad, especially friends and family?
It'll be emotional, you know. It's when I usually win the matches and the crowd blows the roof off the place, because we have the best fans in the world, and you know, when they blow the whole roof off the place, and you know, the best in music and NXT is pumping through the place, and you know, I've just got that big win. Every win's a big win for me, and you know, when I get a win, my heart starts racing. I start feeling the adrenaline. You know, I feel like I could run 10 marathons and not feel tired. You know, it's just like a big booster for me, and you know, I get really hyped up, and yeah, it's like a big pump of adrenaline. And then I get to the back and I just collapse with tiredness most of the time. I just flop. But no, it feels amazing when I win those big matches, and if I win this time, it'll be a really emotional one for me. You know, my whole family keeps saying how nervous they are for it and how excited they are. Can't wait to see, you know, the signs, because I know my family's going to bring signs. I know you always bring signs. Yeah. So if you bring signs again, you know, I can't wait to see all the signs. It'll be amazing.
John wins, we rat, so.
If John wins, we have to rat. You know, that's how we'd have to do it. Malone Rugby Club's going to get burnt to the ground if John McCann comes out with the title. But no, best of luck to John McCann. Hopefully I win, but if he wins, I'll be happy for him.
Is there any advice you would give me a younger trainee like me?
Just you know, tread lightly in wrestling. You know, there's a lot of people out there who aren't usually nicest. You know, you're swimming in a pool of piranhas who all want opportunities and will do anything. Most people will do anything it takes, and you know, I'm lucky enough that I have a good set of people in wrestling that aren't trying to pull me down, and I'm not trying to pull them down. We're all pushing each other up and trying to make each other better. But you just need to tread lightly in wrestling and watch out for some people. And another thing you need to do is just focus. You know, make sure you're doing what's right. Don't do something just because why not, and get, you know, cheap pop. You know, do things that matter. Make people entertained, and if you're entertaining and the crowd are into you, you know you're doing it right. If you're a bad guy and the crowd are booing the hell out of you and they hate you, if bloody security are having to walk you out because there's going to be someone dangerous trying to bloody harm you because of how much they hate you as a bad guy, you know you're doing it perfectly. You know, Chris Jericho one time nearly had to get escorted out of, I think, Brazil because he stomped on the flag. You know, that's he could have gotten that's illegal in the country, like, and you know, he got crazy heat. People were throwing stuff at him, like, he's a good heel. That's one way of looking at it. So yeah, just make sure you're doing it all right. You know, you've got the Kid Rock thing going for you. That's good. Bit of an ego on you, but you know, well.
Thank you, Canary.
Thank you, Keaton. Fist bump. Boom.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, and hopefully I'll see you again next time. Bye for now.